Whoa! I haven't been drinking yet. We're back for another week. Well, it's officially summer, as you can tell by this sweet visor. I'm not playing bingo. Playing out in the sun. Well, this week we are going to be making one of the most childish drinks / cocktail of the summer for this year. I don't know if that's the case, but I'll leave that up to you. But it's a pretty simple cocktail. Therefore, we had to extend this a little bit. So we're actually going to be making one of the cocktail components. Grenadine. Now what is grenadine? Now you've all seen the little plastic bottle on the shelf. Let me tell you, it's not that good for you. Not to mention it doesn't taste anything like real grenadine. It's super sweet, it's full of chemicals, high fructose corn syrup, red 40, which gives it that really bright red, when in all reality, grenadine, it's not really bright red. Now that bottle is fine if you're in a pinch, but if you have the time, as always, making it yourself, it just makes the cocktail better.
Do it! Just do it!
So grenadine originates from the word grenade in French. Grenade, grenade, whatever it is. Fire in the hole! Now, grenade, that actually means pomegranate. Kind of makes a little bit more sense now. Yes, that is absolutely the truth though. Grenadine is actually made from pomegranate. Not cherries, not raspberries, not anything that you would think. It's probably because you had all that red stuff. Now, grenadine actually was invented, popped up, whatever you want to call it, in France in 1872. It became a little bit more popular in the 1920s, and actually American bartenders started having to replace the pomegranate with cherries and things like that, things that were more available because pomegranates were either not available or they were way too expensive to be, wasting that money. And, the 1920s, it started Hoovervilles. Woo! And actually, when the bartenders were making it, they would use cochineal. It's actually ground up beetles to give it the grenadine its red tint. So, the more you know. Anyways, let's make this real quick. Super fast. The recipe is super simple. All you need is pomegranate juice. You can either get it from a bottle. Just make sure that it's not full of sugar. Or you can squeeze a pomegranate, like the seeds yourself. Sugar, orange blossom water, pomegranate molasses, and this is optional. You can put vodka in it. Vodka will help you preserve it a little bit. It's not going to last forever, but it'll extend the time that it takes for it to go bad. All right, so we're going to start making this. I set my induction top to between 375 and 400. We're just trying to heat it up, so it's getting there. It doesn't take long. First, you're going to take 2 cups of your pomegranate juice, throw it right on in there. It's a little hot, huh? Then you're going to take 2 cups of sugar. This doesn't take long because you're just going to be dissolving everything, getting it all together. You can reduce it a little bit, but I wouldn't, if you take it down by half, it's just going to be super thick and you're not going to be able to pour it or put it in drinks unless you scoop it out with a spoon. So maybe 5 or 10% reduction, but after that, then just kill the heat and you let it go. But anyways, we'll keep going. So you have your 2 cups of both sugar and pomegranate juice. You're going to take, that one smells figgy. So you need 2 ounces of pomegranate molasses. And like we do with our cocktails, the thicker stuff that you're measuring out, you should do first, so that way you kind of wash out your cup as you go. And especially with this stuff, because you want to get all that goodness. Tasty. 1 teaspoon of orange blossom water. And then just 1 ounce of vodka for the preservative. Then you stir it up, and you want to make sure that the sugar's dissolved and everything's a cohesive mixture. So then we'll just let this cool down, and then we'll bottle it up, and we're ready to use it in a cocktail. So our grenadine is finally cooled off, and now we're just gonna fill our bottle, and we'll get to the cocktail. So just bear with me. I'm probably gonna make a mess. Just a little left over. We'll use that for Carrie. As you can see, that doesn't look anything like that Rose's plastic bottle special. See how dark that is? It's basically dark blood. I didn't want to use that, but I mean, there's a pretty good descriptor. And as you can see, it's super easy. It takes 5 minutes to make, as long as you have the ingredients, and then just chill it out, and now you have this. And now we're gonna make our cocktail. So, remember being a cool kid? You know, you're a little bit younger. A lot younger than I am right now. And you were out to dinner with mom and dad. Even better, at a wedding. Wedding, perfect. Where you were just at the age where they didn't really pay attention to what you were doing. You know, not too young so that they're like dragging you around. But just old enough to where you can run around with your cousins and you basically unsupervised. You know, like you didn't need permission because mom and dad were off taking advantage of the situation, aka kids are old enough they can take care of themselves. We're gonna go and get sauced up and...
You got steamed up, pissed as a fart. Too much sauce, son.
You know, maybe give you another little brother or sister.
Danger zone.
Then, I don't know, one of your cousins was like, oh, look how cool we can be, we can drink. And you went up to the bar and asked the bartender for a Shirley Temple. Now, as you can see, more than likely they give you roses. Or just a little bit of maraschino cherry juice and some Sprite. Ooh, now we're cool. Man, those were the times. Those were so good. Well, and you thought you were drinking, and then all of a sudden, you still weren't being paid attention to it. You started just thinking champagne, and then, aka, you had your first hangover at 12. Ooh. That was nice. That was a nice memory right there. The Shirley Temple. Now, a lot of people think that the Shirley Temple was created for Shirley Temple. The story goes that she was out at a restaurant with her parents and she asked for something like they were drinking because apparently they were drinking old fashions and she wanted a cocktail. Kind of like the wedding scenario I just gave you. It's a scenario now, I don't want to, you know, make my parents look bad. But yes, so her parents imbibing in some old fashions and she wanted a cocktail. And so they made her grenadine and a lemon lime soda. That's how the story goes, but that's actually not right. Further down the road, probably 50 years or so, she was being interviewed and they asked her about it and she said that's not the case. She said the drink was apparently made at the Brown Derby in Los Angeles and it was non-alcoholic and kids asked for it, so they named it Shirley Temple. That's it. And I think that that's probably the real story. I mean, you can believe what you want. So that brings us to our cocktail. We are not making a Shirley Temple because that's not what we do here. It's Friday, and we gotta let off some steam. And granted, this might be a little bit lighter of a cocktail than what we've made in the past, but it's summer though. We want something light, something crisp, something a little tart, something a little sweet. We're not making the Shirley Temple though. In fact, think if Shirley Temple had one too many of Grandpa's pops at that wedding. She went down the wrong road. Started, you know, taking care of the sailors on the docks. Next thing you know, she's... I don't think we need to go any further.
You look like a busted Daytona stripper.
I don't want to disgrace a little, well, not little anymore, she's dust. So, what are you gonna do? We're making a Dirty Shirley Temple. Let's go. So to begin, we're actually gonna shake this. We don't normally, when you make a Shirley Temple, when you even make a Dirty Shirley Temple, you don't normally shake it. But we're adding lime juice. I just figured we could shake it and make it a little bit fancier than what it really needs to be. Normally you could just build it in the glass, but because of my glass right now, it's a little slim. Throw some ice in our shaker tin. And 2 ounces of vodka. Half an ounce of our Grenadine. Half an ounce of lime. Half an ounce of lime. Fancy. I actually had to chip those ice cubes down a little bit so they'd fit in the glass. But now we're going to fill this about halfway. 2/3. And there we go, guys. The Dirty Shirley Temple. She's a freak. So much more complex than like the Shirley Temple you get at like a wedding when you're 5, 10, 27. I don't know how you guys are taking me seriously right now with this visor on. Try it out. It's the fad. Everybody's doing it. That cherry was good. I'm probably gonna have another. Remember, guys, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to get all of our other content. We're working hard here. We got all sorts of fun new toys last week, so let's see what we can do with those. Man, Who'd have thought putting alcohol in kids' drinks would be the talk of the summer? Anybody have any other suggestions on what other kids' drinks we can make into adult drinks? Guys, it's Friday. Cheers. Boom! We're making a dirty cut. But it's pretty simple. Cut that up to you. We'll lead.